whole racing simulator kit that I have all together. This is your boy Game for Daniel, aka Big D, and back with another unboxing video. And I'm just doing a real quick video, just gonna be unboxing here. I started unboxing and I was like, wait a minute, I should film this. I usually film this type of stuff, so I figured, I don't know, some of you guys might want to see what this bracket looks like, so this mount, so I figured why not unbox it. So this mount cost me about $30, so off eBay, so hopefully it's pretty good and sturdy. Alright, so we open it up, open this sucker, there we go. Alright, so it's an Emrald 17-inch to 32-inch universal monitor desk mount. So here are the specs. It's a VESA. It's 15 and a half pounds, might as well say. You can be able to tilt it, cable management, direction indicator. Alright, so these are for monitors, for dual monitors, which eventually I am going to have two monitors set up on this, but for now I'm going to have just my one 32-inch Acer monitor on there, but eventually I'm going to get me an ultra-wide monitor later in the future when I have the extra money. So it's a monitor desk mount, okay? So it's pretty basic. Shows it right here. You can actually bolt it right to your, very, very easy. No mounting it on walls or nothing. So this is going to be going on my racing sim kit. So go to pull it out. So we got this. 2 sets of screws. We keep reaching in here. This is the mount where the monitor goes on. And this is all made out of metal. It's pure metal, so it's got some weight to it. Another one. But I didn't know they made these like this, that you can literally. So this is what sold me on it, is the fact that I can literally just mount it to right to my sim kit like that. Or you can mount it on any desk. It basically goes, like, it can go right on this table if I want it. But I didn't know they made these, and when I seen this, I was like, yeah, I'm getting that. Alright, and then we got some plastic stuff in here. Looks like covers, Allen wrench, and a sticky thing. Metal tubing. And instructions. Like, yeah. And that's it. So, gonna have to get this sucker put together. And that is the brand of it. And I went with a 32-inch. I could have went with something that hold like bigger TVs and monitors and stuff. But 32 inch is about the biggest I'm going to go for my sim kit. Because I don't want to go too big. Because then I ain't going to have, the room of where I'm having it set. Because as of now, it's going to be sitting right in this corner right here. And I'm going to have it all. So I don't need like monitors hitting the side of anything. And yes, I have bags on them to keep dust from getting inside. I don't need no dust getting inside the wheel and, it messes it up or whatever. And then same for the pedals, I like to try to keep my stuff clean. But I also ordered a splitter to go with this for my dual monitors. So I'm going to be hooking up my dual. So when I get another monitor, that is, I am going to have 2 monitors hooked up on my racing sim kit. And I bought this by Gator, the brand Gator. I bought a splitter where it's basically 1 male and two females. So that way I can have 1 male into whatever system and then 2 females going out in the 2 monitors. So that's how I'm going to be doing this. That's pretty self-explanatory how you put it together. It shows pictures. Pretty self-explanatory. You just look at the picture and copy what it's showing. The instructions don't really tell you very good how this thing works, so I'm trying to figure it out. So these 3 holes right here is what's gonna mount onto this pole right here with the 3 holes. And then this won't go in there. See, it don't fit, but I think it just needs loosened, which it came with a set of Allen wrench. And the Allen wrench don't even fit. It don't even fit. Look, it's... So they sent me the wrong size Allen wrench. Somebody would have been fucked if they, you know, didn't have any tools and they expected what it came with. But thankfully, I have a toolbox that has a bunch of Allen wrenches, so I'm gonna have to find the right size for that. And especially this, because this is loose. So the only thing this Allen wrench goes to is these screws for connecting the pole to the mount. So as you guys can see right here, sorry guys, I'm trying to film and do this at the same time, but as you can see, it fits only for these screws. So if you don't have another set of Allen wrench, you ain't gonna be able to tighten any of these, because some of them might come shipped loose. Alright guys, so it's on there and it's not going anywhere now. Alright, so guys, I think the next thing we should do is go ahead and mount it where we want it, because we don't want to have all this heavy stuff and then trying to mount it, because then it would just be a little heavy trying to get it on there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mount it to where I want it and then assemble everything else on it. Alright guys, so here is my racing sim kit right here. But since my thing is a little too thin right here, you can see it is just barely holding it. That is tight as it can go. But it almost made it. Almost. But I'm gonna have to stick something under there to be able to actually mount it, because I can't have it doing all that. So I was thinking like a book to stick under. Actually, wait a minute guys. So you actually, I think I just got another idea. Alright, so you see where I have a bar right here. Well, there's a bar that's already on this, so I wonder if I can get it on that instead. Alright, so as you guys can see, it's lining up pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten it, and I think we're going to be good. I don't have to use no book. Alright guys, so it's on there. As you can see, it's on there pretty good. So there it is. Actually worked pretty good. So I went ahead and put that plastic piece in there, which I'll show you. So I went ahead and stuck this cover on, and then it wants that on there. Okay. And it shows that it can mount to anything from 5mm to 40mm. Alright, so next is trying to get the arms on there. So we're gonna have to loosen these 2 bolts right here so we can be able to slide it back on. And it's got a nut on the other side as well, it looks like. Okay, so it's not a nut, so that's good. I was about to say they didn't even give me an Allen wrench, or they didn't even give me a little wrench either, but it's not a nut. It kind of looks like it when it's dark, but then as soon as I shine the light, it's just part of the metal piece. So go ahead and loosen these up. And as you can see, it loosened it up enough where I can be able to slide it on the pole. So we bring it over, get it on there, adjust it where you want it, you know, adjust it wherever you want it. I'm gonna stick it all the way up so it's not like hitting my wheel. And then go ahead and take your Allen wrench and tighten it where you want it. Alright guys, so I had to cut me a piece of cardboard. Like I cut one in half and just kind of fold it to give it enough thickness to mount this on here, because what was going on when I had this mount to that bar right there, it was holding, but as soon as I started getting the top piece, it started wiggling right off and sliding right off. and I don't want that happening and it falling with my monitors. No. So I cut me a piece of cardboard, just enough clearance to get it up in there. You see what I'm saying? You know, should be able to hold it that way better. And actually, I can have it right in the middle of the wheel, so it's perfectly aligned with the wheel. Alright, so never mind, it wouldn't mount in the middle because it was bumping. It kept running into this. It kept bumping into the mount for the wheel. So I just have it right here, and this time, it's freaking snugged. You could see that. It's wiggling the whole thing. So it's on there now, thanks to that piece of cardboard. Alright, so now that this is on, we'll go ahead and hook up the sides brackets that holds the monitors. But before we get any further, I went and got a bigger size Allen wrench, which that's a little too big. There we go. That's the right size. Alright, so I want to make sure all these are tightened, because some of these seemed pretty loose. So it was just that one that was loose. What you want to do is loosen this piece right here. Then you want to line this up like that, and then grab the piece that you loosened and tighten it back up in there. It's kind of a tight squeeze trying to get that in there, but make sure you got it nice and firmed. Alright, so it's now mounted, both of them. Alright, so next is mounting the monitor. So this is an Acer 32-inch LCD. Right there's the model number if you guys want to know what type of model it is. It's ED320QR, and it was made in July 2020. Guys, so this Acer monitor I've had for 2 years now. Like I said, it was made in 2020. It's a curved 32-inch, so it's a curved monitor. So if you look straight down at it, it curves. And I believe this monitor is a 144 hertz or 165 hertz. I can't remember, but it can do up to 144 hertz, you know, frames per second. So it's really good for gaming. That's why I got it. It's got a really vibrant color. It doesn't have HDR, but it's the colors on this just pop out, and it's so good and so smooth. But yeah, this is an Acer 32-inch curved monitor with 144 hertz or 65. Like I said, I can't remember, but it's a good monitor. If I had it for 2 years. So this is the monitor that I am going to be putting on the mount, and I'm going to try. So this is the only monitor I have at the moment, but when I do get another monitor, I bought this sucker refurbished for I think I can't remember. I think it was like 130 bucks refurbished, and I still have it yet to this day, and that's a really good deal for this type of monitor. So I'm going to try to get me another Acer monitor if I can. Try to go with the same size, maybe a different kind, but at least try to stick with the same size and same specs at least. So I can have at least two 32 inches mounted on those mounts. And that would be like a total of 64-inch monitors on that mount together. Alright, so like I said, it's 32-inch, so it's supported on that mount. But I need to take off the stand that comes with this monitor. So this plastic piece should pop out, because this is just a plastic piece. Alright, so right there are the screws, so go ahead and take this sucker out. And boom, just like that, the stand is off. And now we just go ahead and put this cover back on. So it has HDMI 1, here's the power, HDMI 2, DP, which is basically where I can hook dual monitors. So you use that cord for dual monitors. But I'm actually not going to be using that. I'm going to be using a 2-in-1 splitter. And that's gonna be how I'm going to hook up the dual monitors on my consoles. And then headphone jacks, because there is no built-in speakers. There's no speaker in this. Alright, so take the screws that came with the mount. These are the screws we're going to be using for the monitor. Alright, so I got my monitor right here. Alright, so this is important. Make sure that so the bracket, make sure that is facing down, like that. They're both facing down. You want it looking exactly like that. Guys, so I'm trying to do this by myself, but if you have an extra person, make sure you have 2 people that at least have somebody hold the monitor for you, and then another person screw it in, because trying to do this by myself is kind of difficult. Trying to hold it and screw it, it's kind of a struggle, and I don't want to ruin the monitor. I mean, thankfully the monitor ain't too heavy. I mean, it's got a little bit of weight to it, but alright. So what I'm gonna do is kind of take my leg, kind of hold it on my leg like this. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna try to hold it on my leg and try to get the screws back here. So I'm using my leg as a rest so that the monitor don't go anywhere. Alright, so I'm holding it, trying to get the screw back here. And remember, I'm using my leg as a rest. Now, once I get one screw in, I have the other screws like right beside me so I can be able to grab the screw, because I cannot let go of this monitor at all. So, go ahead and grab the other screw. Just hurt my leg. You can see, as long as you can manage to get the 2 screws in there by yourself somehow, you're good. Then you can start putting in the rest of the screws to make sure it's nice and secured. So that is what I'm gonna do. Be very careful with it. Alright, go ahead and screw the rest of these in. I don't know why it's blurry. Hold up. Screw the rest of this in. Hey guys, so I finally finished the whole setup. So I'm about to show you guys a reveal of how I have it. I'm actually really excited of how it turned out. So without further ado, here it is. And voila, there she is. So right there is the whole racing simulator kit that I have all together. This thing has been a work in progress, so I've literally been throwing things in it one at a time. So like I said, my wife went and got me the front cockpit. She got me that for Christmas. The only thing I need left is a gear shifter and we're good to go. But she got me the front cockpit. I went and bought the rear for the chair. She also bought the chair, and then I bought the mount, the monitor, the wheel, you know, all that, you know, obviously the PS5. But you know, she helped with this and I appreciate her so much. This thing was just definitely a work in progress, and we were just throwing things at it one at a time. Every time I had a paycheck that I had enough money to throw into it, I'd throw some more stuff into it. But this is literally how it's looking. So this mount is holding up pretty good. So here's the mount holding my Acer monitor, 32-inch, and then I moved my PS5 over here as well. So, and then I'm using the other monitor stand for now for my camera until I get another monitor. I'm gonna have 2 monitors on this, but it's turning out really nice. Like, look at that. That is just so well put together. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys a little detail of how I got this sucker looking. Okay, I'm gonna show you a little bit of detail. This is what it looks like from the inside. So you can see this is what it looks like in the inside. Once I'm finally done with this whole setup, I'll do another video of how much the cost me for this whole setup. But it is basically a budget simulator racing set This is like the most budget way you can go if you know you're tight on a budget. Just do what I do and just throw things at it one at a time. You don't have to buy everything all at once. I'm just throwing things one at a time with it. Like I said, I still need to get a gear shifter, so that'll probably be my next buy. But anyway, this is how I got it set up. So obviously the chair is mounted to the bottom. It's mounted. And then I installed some LED lights on the bottom as well, which is running off a 12-volt battery on the side. We got the S Racer Speed Series seat. Then I have my Sony XB42. I can't remember the model, but got my Sony Bluetooth speaker, which is plugged in, which I have the power bank plugged in for my PlayStation lights, and then the aux cord plugged into the monitor. We got Thrustmaster T248 wheel with the Thrustmaster T3PM pedals, 32-inch curved Acer monitor, which I'm gonna have to wipe that down. I kind of got some handprints on it from when I was, you know, trying to put it on here, but it's on. Then we have an Emrald mounting, dual mount, monitor mount. And these are how I have the wiring. So the wirings go down, and then these are all the wirings for the pedals, the power supply for the wheel, the fan. I also have a fan underneath to give me some breeze when I'm racing, because it kind of gets hot after a while. So I got a nice cooling fan to keep me cool when I'm racing. But I have all these wires tied, velcroed on the side of the bar. Then I have a power bank right here, which is powering my fan. It's at 75%. So a little power bank right there. And then, you know, the wires come up to the PS5. Now let's go say I'm gonna set in it, okay? Go ahead and set right in it. This is what it looks like in the inside. I have the monitor kind of setting up, so I'm gonna have to, so right here's the wheel. I'm gonna have to lower the monitor a little bit so I can see straight ahead, so I'm not looking up. But this is how it's looking. Got everything right here. PS5 over here. It's in arm reach, so I can turn it on whenever I want. And then yeah. So this is my racing setup. My budget-friendly racing simulator. And I am just so proud of this whole setup. And then the speaker. Heck yeah. I got it looking pretty nice how I have it. Speaker, believe it or not, as small as it is, has some serious bass to it. It's got some serious bass, and it's enough to shake your butt when it's underneath the seat. Then I got my camera over here. The broadcast, you know, if I'm broadcasting, I can be able to broadcast with the camera looking right at me. But yeah, guys, this is the setup right here. I absolutely love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And guys, I will see you in the next video when I am finally done with this. I have a couple more things I want to add to this, but overall, it's looking out pretty nice. Until next time, guys, be sure to like, subscribe, let me know what you think about my setup, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.